Hello and thanks for joining us on Nationwide this evening. I'm Elizabeth Omori. We begin with housing. In line with President Bola Tinubu's desire to provide quality and affordable houses for civil servants across the nation, Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yemieson, has led foundation of 216 units of housing project under the Federal Integrated Housing Scheme in Abuja. Haman Jabani reports.
The Federal Integrated Housing Scheme, sited at the premises of Public Service Institute of Nigeria, will stand on 5.3 hectares of land and will accommodate 216 units of 2- and 3-bedroom apartments. Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Yemieson, commended the institute while flagging up the fish housing estate, saying it is a great milestone, urging to contractors to ensure the project is speedily completed according to design specifications.
We understand that the earnings of civil servants is not much, so we try as much as possible to get the best quality for the minimum price, and you cannot get those opportunities anywhere else.
While inaugurating a newly built sport complex named after her by the Public Service Institute management, Dr. Folashade Yemieson called on civil servants to engage in physical exercises to boost their well-being and mental health. Director overseeing the Office of the Permanent Secretary Welfare Service Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, and the Administrator Public Service Institute speak more on the projects.
As we embark on this new phase, we are confident that to the glory of God and by His help, the outcome will be equally successful. In line with other projects that we have done, we anticipate that these new homes will provide comfort, security, and a sense of belonging to the fortunate beneficiaries.
Sports, as we all know, provides a healthy outlet for stress and anxiety and support mental well-being. This is part of our efforts to drive the sports, entertainment, and cultural aspect of the renewed hope agenda.
The fish estate will be allocated to core civil servants. Haman Jabani, NTA News.
The security, the Nigerian Navy has reiterated its commitment to improving the mental and physical education of Nigerian youths to build resilience and stamina for national assignments. The Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, said this at the Nigerian Navy Military School, Akwa Ibom State. Kelvin Samuel reports.
Published on the 23rd of May 2018, the Nigerian Navy Military School, Cotton Twin, has its mandate to produce able-bodied and disciplined Nigerian youths who are conditioned for service in the Nigerian Navy and other professions. The school is proud to present these 67 young sailors as its 2024 graduates. The Chief of Naval Staff, represented at the event by the Chief of Administration, Rear Admiral Kennedy Ezete, commends the young sailors for proving themselves worthy in learning and in character.
I charge all young sailors to put in the training gained into good use and be a good ambassador of your alma mater. This will ensure that the huge investment in the capacity development will be available for others coming after you.
High point of the event was the presentation of awards to outstanding graduates. The Nigerian Navy Military School, Ikotun, is the first Navy military school in the country. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Ogun State Governor, Dapo Abiodun, has called on the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, at the Naval Headquarters, Abuja, and presented a land document for a proposed naval base in the state. Defense correspondent Najat Tijani brings us details.
Presenting a title document of 100 hectares of land for a naval base in Ogun State to the Nigerian Navy, Governor Abiodun says establishing such a base would leverage Ogun's bitumen deposits, support the natural gas project, and protect potential oil reserves.
we will be able to attract investors to our state. And when investors come to our state, they will employ people, and this, of course, will trickle down to individual prosperity. We purpose to achieve this vision through what we describe as our implementation pillars, and that is acronym ISHEA.
Ogun State already has strong ties with the Navy, being under its Western Command, which oversees maritime assets in the economic zone. The governor desires to further strengthen ties in the area of maritime security for vulnerable coastal communities, including Tongeji, an island close to Benin Republic, but with strong Nigerian Navy presence, as well as to enhance economic activities through private-public partnerships and individual prosperity initiatives. A task which the Nigerian Navy sees as part of its duty.
These are investments that will attract a minimum of $10 billion to the Nigerian economy. And these investments cannot see the light of day if adequate security is not provided within the environment. And as part of our role, it is our duty to ensure that we fulfill this aspect, which is provision of security, in order for the investors to have confidence in investing in this.
The proposed naval base in Ogun State is expected to enhance maritime security, drive economic growth, and solidify the state's position as a strategic partner in the oil, gas, and solid mineral sectors. As the meeting is concluded, both parties wish fair winds and following seas to this new endeavor, expected to chart a course for prosperity and security for all. Naja'atu Tijani, NTA News.
And the air component of Operation Delta Safe has increased its rate of patrol, especially within the Niger Delta region, with the aim of locating illegal oil refining sites and destroying them. The latest being the destruction of 13 illegal refining sites and a vehicle in airstrikes near Obuzo and Okoloma in Rivers State. Defense correspondent Olajide Bello reports.
Have been ramped up to curtail the activities of oil thieves and economic saboteurs in their illegal and nefarious acts of busting oil pipelines and siphoning crude oil or its products. The rate at which illegal oil refining sites continue to spring up requires drastic measures. In line with this, the air component of Operation Delta Safe has increased its rate of patrol, especially within the Niger Delta region, with the aim of locating illegal oil refining sites and destroying them. A statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Vice Marshal Edward Gapquet, indicates that the Nigerian Air Force is arguably one of its most successful operations conducted along the Imo River near Obuzo and Okoloma. Several active illegal refining sites were discovered to be taking advantage of the difficult terrain to perpetrate their illegalities. These sites, about 13 in number, were subsequently destroyed after the crew employed the weapons on board the aircraft. Several overhead tanks connected to reservoirs as well as numerous gallons were also destroyed in the process. In all, 13 illegal sites, 10 overhead tanks and several gallons of illegally refined product were effectively destroyed. They spotted a 6-star tipper truck along the riverbank with 4 canoes seen loading illegal products into the truck. After a thorough scan of the area and observing the criminals dispersed in disarray upon sighting the aircraft, the truck as well as the canoes were attacked and destroyed. The crew then continued their patrol over the Trans-Niger pipeline from Rumwekwe, Nkpoku to Boni, which included the following points: End Point, Bodo Trunk Line, Point Small Line Attachment, Nkpoku New Ebubu, Trunk Line, and Rumwekwe Nkpoku Line, with no unusual activity observed. The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, has since commended the air component for their commitment and resolve to diminish the activities of oil thieves in the Niger Delta region. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
To drug interception, a cocaine consignment worth billions of naira concealed in a heavy-duty automobile parts and in fabrics have been intercepted by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. Salwal Khalil Ibrahim reports.
The more than 2.3 kilograms of cocaine concealed in Ghanaian traditional kente materials was scheduled for the United Kingdom when it was intercepted at a courier firm in Lagos on Monday, 5th August 2024. Same class of drug buried in heavy-duty pivot shift heading to the United States were recovered at the same logistics company after the NDLEA sniffer dogs fished out the automobile spare part containing the illicit drug. Similarly, different quantities of pentazocine injection, promethazine and cocodamol pills all heading to the UK, as well as 297 pills of tramadol going to Canada were intercepted. Meanwhile, NDLEA operatives at Tinkan Seaport, Lagos on Wednesday, 7th August, intercepted 532 parcels of loud in a bus, which is one of the 3 vehicles in a container coming from Montreal, Canada. The seizure was made during a joint examination with men of Customs Service and other stakeholders. In Adamawa State, the operatives on Thursday, 8 August, with the support of men of Operation Farauta Sector 3, Mayo Balwa, arrested 49-year-old man with 425 compressed blocks of cannabis sativa in his car. While commending officers and men of various special operations unit, the chairman of NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, urged them to continue with their current balanced approach to achieve zero tolerance in trafficking and consumption of illicit drugs in Nigeria. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
About on arts and culture, Oyo State Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Dotun Oyelade, says the stage is set for the first ever Ogbomoso Cradle Festival, scheduled to hold between December 19 and 23, 2024. Oyelade stated this at a press conference in Ogbomoso, where the planning committee for the proposed festival, headed by Williams Adeleye, sensitized members of the public about what to expect during the festival. Abiodun Babalola reports.
He ascended the throne of Shaun of Ogbomoso land, Oba Gandhi Afolabi Olaoye, having assessed the potential of Ogbomoso's rich socio-cultural heritage, inaugurated a committee on Ogbomoso Cradle Festival and urged the committee to come up with a unique festival that will promote the culture, tourism and tradition in Ogbomoso.
And the chairman had done well by citing specific countries and communities where culture cannot be separated from the economy.
Chairman of the committee and media aide to former President Muhammadu Buhari, Prince Williams Adeleye, says the carnival will no doubt foster unity and peace, as well as consolidating the rich socio-cultural heritage of Ogbomoso land.
We are now working towards rejuvenating the cultural heritage and showcasing it to the world with the intent of promoting peace, creating jobs, and developing the city economically. And our rich culture and tradition, that is going to be the difference.
The proposed carnival is part of the 25-year development plan of Oba Gandhi Afolabi Olaoye for New Ogbomoso. Abiodun Babalola, NTA News.
This is Nationwide on NTA. Let's head to Lagos, where Adeola is standing by with some reports. Hello, Adeola.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Copyright law seeks to protect intellectual property and ensure those in the creative industry receive royalty for their works. Despite the existence of this law, stakeholders say Nigeria still has a long way to go in terms of implementation and addressing loopholes violators are exploiting. Joel Bokwola examines areas of improvement to maximize the gains of copyright law.
Nigeria's creative industry is a force to be reckoned with globally, with various sections of the industry competing favorably with their counterparts in other countries for audience and revenue. While issues of plagiarism, piracy, and other infringements have become heinous crimes in other climes, the situation experts say is different in Nigeria. Many Nigerians are oblivious of the copyright law, while most times the culprits are not brought to book.
Whatever success you are seeing that has been made in this sector is probably maybe like 30% of the income actually accruing to most of what we produce. But we are getting to the age of technology using the AI, where most of these things will be automatically protected from the day they are made.
If you are a content owner, the law protects you. You alone have the right to use your content. You alone have the right to license somebody else to use your content. You have the right to control what third parties can do with your content. But because a lot of people don't know this, they feel that the law does not protect them.
On payment of royalties to content creators, stakeholders agreed there is need for more mileage in this area.
We have really not gotten there, but royalty should be paid so that it also depends on the contract you sign at the onset of the production.
The laws are coming in. We will need more law. As the turn of events come, you see that laws will be put in place in order to checkmate. I mean, nobody knew that there will come a time when everybody will become a broadcaster.
Practitioners are hoping that a forum will be convened to resolve some other grey areas. In Lagos, Joel Bokwola, NTA News.
20,000 women and girls have been equipped with the requisite skills in promoting sustainable waste management practices and creating financial incentives for local communities in the state. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu disclosed this at the closing ceremony of the Leave No One Behind initiative held at the Special Correctional Center for Girls, Idiaraba, Lagos. S.A. Oamaka reports.
We stand as the best, we stand as the best.
In a bid to actualize the Themes Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, which seeks to promote social inclusion in the development of the state, necessitated the Leave No One Behind initiative of the Lagos State Government. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, represented by the Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Okwe George, says the 20,000 girls and women who participated in the program have learned to be champions of change and role models for future generations through the knowledge and skills acquired on waste management practices.
The impact of this initiative goes beyond numbers. Each of the 20,000 girls and women who have participated in this program represent a story of resilience, ambition, and transformation. They have learned to harness their potential, to see value where others see waste, and to create sustainable livelihoods for themselves and their communities.
In their separate remarks, other stakeholders lauded the Leave No One Behind initiative of the Lagos State Government. They acknowledged that this initiative will impact on the social and economic well-being of the women and girls.
The skills acquired through this initiative will enable them to create and manage sustainable businesses, thus driving economic growth in Lagos State.
As we reflect on our accomplishments and look forward to the future, let us continue to work together to build a more inclusive, sustainable, and prosperous Lagos.
This program is about people below 18 years of age. The young people will be defining the future, not people like me. I can only try to support with the experience and whatever we can do.
The Leave No One Behind initiative of the Lagos State Government is aimed at creating wealth and reducing carbon emissions in the state. In Lagos, S.A. Owamaka, NT News.
And those are reports from Lagos. Nationwide will continue with Anwuli in Abini Network Center when we return from this break.
Good evening, you're welcome to NTA Benin.
The Edo State government will only accept projects that have been executed in compliance with required quality and contract protocols, even as she warns contractors against substandard projects. Governor Gordon Obaseki stated this while commending contractors handling drainage projects at the Adolo, Welu and Powerline axis of Igbo local government area. Goodluck Enaini has details.
The project is part of the contract for the construction of 18th and 19th Streets of Ugbowo Lagos Road, opposite Uniben, Ohonre Road, Adolo College Road, Uwelu Road, through Power Line by Upper Siloko Road to Ekanwa Road by Asoro Hill, Ewotubu, and others in Igbo local government area. The governor is being accompanied by the Commissioner for Roads and Bridges, Ethan Ozamere, and contractor handling the project at the Uwelu catchment area. The work is meant to evacuate flood from Ugbowo, Adolo, and adjoining areas. The inspection elicited appreciation by residents in the area who also appealed for the construction of a pedestrian bridge to enable residents and school pupils to cross over to other parts of Uwelu. Governor Obaseki is satisfied with the completion of the primary and secondary drains in the area, which is to evacuate flood into the master drain at Ogba River.
This is the Willow Road, which is going to be rebuilt. This is all part of our efforts to make sure that we make our internal roads motorable and get traffic moving around the city.
The state government is considering immediate construction of an internal bypass from the Uwelu corridor to decongest and redirect traffic into Benin City from the Igobazua axis on the Benin-Lagos Expressway. In Benin, Goodluck Enaini, NTA News.
Key takeaway from this year's Breastfeeding Week is that child mortality can drastically reduce if all nursing mothers key into the benefits of exclusive breastfeeding. World Health Organization WHO statistics indicate that over 1.24 million deaths, which translates to 96% of child mortality that usually occur during the first 6 months of life, is primarily due to inappropriate and lack of exclusive breast milk. Ifoma Okafor in this special report digs deeper into this critical health concern.
The report of the Nigerian Demographic and Health Survey of 2018 says that only 29% of mothers in Nigeria exclusively breastfeed their infants. This statistical information, UNICEF pointed out, is lower than the 70% of African countries with high rates of continued breastfeeding in 1 year, with the theme Closing the Gap, Breastfeeding Support for All.
6-month breastfeeding. So that's what I'm doing. My baby, she's very healthy, she's growing well.
Key players in Edo State believe that the theme underscores the collective responsibility to embrace and assist breastfeeding mothers through diverse measures.
Edo State is engaging 500 mothers to exclusive breastfeed their children and continue until the child is 2 years and above. Breastfeeding starts not just when the woman has delivered. It starts from when she's adolescent. She should be prepared for pregnancy, lactation, and the after effects of it.
Beyond breastfeeding, we're also using this opportunity to raise awareness on how to integrate routine immunization into the Breastfeeding Week.
This year's Breastfeeding Week celebration presents another opportunity for implementation of policies and programs that will ensure mothers access to quality nutrition. In Benin, Ifoma Okafor, NTA News.
That's it from Benin. Nationwide continues in Abuja.
Thank you so much, Awuni. Still on health, Yobe State is to explore the State Biomedical Science Research Training Center domiciled at the state's university to investigate the root causes of rampant kidney-related diseases plaguing the northern part of the state. This came to the fore when a group of international scientists visited Governor Mai Mala Buni to appreciate Yobe's commitment to advance scientific research and innovation in the country. Yunusa Sulaiman reports.
Our scientists
and researchers from reputable international universities on a summer school training visit to Yobe State. With their wealth of experiences, they assisted in the training of 450 medical doctors, scientists, researchers, and academics from across Africa on artificial intelligence, malaria research, as well as brain disease research, organized by the Biomedical Research Training Center of the Yobe State University.
You have recognized that driving innovation has to happen via research and investigations. And because of this, I would like to appreciate you, Your Excellency, for supporting and funding the research that we are going to start commencing on the rising cases of kidney-related illnesses in Yobe State.
We're happy that already our specialists from various universities are taking the advantage of the availability of these state-of-the-art equipment to come for training for their research.
We are going to deepen this center, encourage it, sustain it, and with this research center, we have gotten a new window of marketing ourselves out.
The scientists unanimously envisioned Yobe State as becoming a science and research tourism destination for the conduct of medical science-related researches that will be beneficial to humanity. This is the third summer school training since the establishment of the center a few years ago, with accomplished scholars in attendance. In the Matru, Yunusa Suleiman, NTA News.
Away from health matters, inclusive political participation is not only a fundamental political right, but crucial to building peaceful society that responds to the specific needs of younger generations. This was the thrust of a town hall meeting organized by the Renewed Hope Youth Engagement, which attracted leaders of youth groups across the 25 local government areas of Niger State. Fatima Usman brings us details.
The national coordinator of the Renewed Hope Youth Engagement, Abdulaziz Abubakar Kaka, presented President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's scorecard in the last 1 year of his administration and further seek areas of collaboration with various youth groups at the grassroots and their leaders. The engagement highlighted some of the achievements to include rollout of business loans, youth investment fund, removal of 50% subsidy on agriculture, and appointment of youths into key positions.
Information gap from the government policies, they need to be properly communicated to the people in the grassroots in the language they understand. And then also they're also aware of some of these initiatives, especially the local government autonomy. We are trying our best to also let them know that this is what the government is doing to bring support and calm.
The major problem we are having in the past is communication between the government and the masses. If government will continue with such discussion, I believe we'll have understanding.
The government to improve on social investment program because it has chain of benefits.
It's a forum where we share ideas, we collaborate with each other, and everybody's voice out his pains so that we have a positive impact for the community and the whole nation.
The forum is expected to be held across the 36 states of the Federation and FCT in Mina. I am Fatima Usman, NTA News.
To ICT, a set of innovators with homegrown solutions in health, education, transportation, business and finance has emerged. The innovators went through the NITSDA Idea Heart Incubation Training Program for 5 months and have been equipped with digital marketing skills and seed funds to impact Nigeria's digital entrepreneurial ecosystem. Chimdima Undubisi tells us more.
This time around is all out, accelerating national prosperity through technical efficiency. Its agency, NITSDA, is driving this agenda through the Idea Hatch Incubation Program, where young Nigerians are groomed to develop ideas into visible digital technologies and run such as successful businesses. 16 innovators who participated in the first and second iHatch incubation cohorts have created 179 direct jobs, more than 1,400 indirect jobs, and increased business investments to more than $200,000. The third cohort, conducted in 5 locations, have just rounded off, and 10 finalists Out of the 40 participants pitched their innovations. 3 innovators that developed artificial intelligence-powered solutions in e-learning, connectivity, and transportation, each won $15,000, $12,000, and $10,000 startup grants.
We learned things about marketing, leveraging on digital marketing.
Today we are creating 440 direct jobs.
Japan International Cooperation Agency JICA is providing the technical skills and seed funds.
This collaboration isn't just about the technology, it's about creating foundation for future prosperity in both our countries.
Plans are underway for upcoming iHatch Incubation Cohort 4 to be extended to the 36 states. In Abuja, Chimdemma Ndubisi, NTA News.
And for more reports on Nationwide, let's join Salamatu in Kaduna.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Good evening and glad to have you join us. The Nigerian Air Force shall continue to take vital steps towards protecting key assets, not just for agitation demonstrators, but also from terrorists, insurgents, economic saboteurs, and other criminal elements of the society. Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, gave the assurance at the combined graduation ceremony of Critical Assets Protection Squad and Set 2 students, as well as matriculation of Set 4 and 5 of the Nigerian Air Force College of Nursing Science, Kaduna. Haruna Muhammad reports.
Not just subtitles in air combat operations, but also reliable forces in ground covert operations. The interdiction squad trained in regimentation, weapon handling, map reading, tactics and command leadership as special forces to neutralize threats in pursuit of national security imperative. The command philosophy of the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, is to transform the Nigerian Air Force into an agile and resilient force that effectively meets the demands of national security in all operational environments. As combatants, the Air Chief and his commanders also took part in simulation, firing live rounds.
It marks a very significant achievement in our quest, our drive towards developing very efficient and very effective manpower capacity for all facets of the Nigerian Air Force.
Matriculation and graduation of the Nigerian Air Force College of Nursing students haven't been equipped with the requisite knowledge and skills as healthcare providers form part of the Air Chief's itinerary.
Remember that success is not just about achieving grades, but about cultivating values such as empathy, commitment, which are essential to fulfilling a career in nursing.
Awards were presented to deserving graduates with the charge to utilize knowledge obtained in their various places of assignment in actualization of Nigeria's national interest. In Kaduna, Haruna Muhammad, NTA News.
Away from Kaduna, the Jigawa State Executive Council has approved more than 3 billion naira for the execution of life supporting projects and settlements of WAEC and NECO for about 40,000 2024 candidates in the state. This was contained in the 7-point resolution of the council delivered to the newsmen by the State Commissioner for Information, Youth, Sports, Sagir Musa. Let's hear more from Muhammad Musa Askira.
Presided over by the state governor Mala Umar Namadi has approved about 900 million naira for the settlements of the national examinations registration charges for 39,709 2024 candidates in Jigawa State. The sum of 1 billion naira was also approved for the continuation of support to micro, small and medium enterprises to help sustain and boost the economy. In the health sector, more than 1.2 billion naira was approved for the revitalization of 161 primary healthcare centers across the state, in line with the state government's policy of ensuring healthier citizens for a productive and prosperous state. Nearly 250 million naira direct facility financing for the primary healthcare centers across 287 political wards and a monthly stipends for 79 midwives and community influencers was also approved to enhance service delivery at the centers.
The State Executive Council has approved the contract for the additional works of 921,931,000 126 naira 81 kobo only for the ongoing contract for the maintenance and rehabilitation of Ayo Kapin House Road.
On the issue of minimum wage, Governor Umar Namadi has constituted a 10-man committee to be chaired by the state head of service to look at all that is involved and advise the government on how to pay civil servants in the state the new national minimum wage without much delay. In Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
And that completes our package from Kaduna. You're still watching Nationwide. We'll be rejoining Elizabeth in our Abuja studios shortly after this timer. Please stay tuned.
This is Nationwide on NTA. To encourage palm plantation and boost the economy, the Benue State government has distributed 3,000 hybrid palm stands to youth groups in the state. Elias ETF reports.
You're planting a greater future. Thank the governor of Benue State, thank you, the Office of Senior Assistant, and to the great youth of Benue.
The palm tree, which is generally referred to as black oil, has numerous potential as virtually every part of the tree comes with its economic benefits. This is one of the policy directions of the Governor Hyacinth Alia's administration to encourage residents of the state to engage in palm plantations to promote economic growth.
I think with this now, we the youth of Zone C, we can through this achieve. I want to sincerely thank the Governor of Benue State for this particular initiative given to the people of Ogun and the people of the youth in Benue.
Benue shall be greater and our youth will be greater. Congratulations to the youth for today, because I know you're going to become millionaires in 3 years. This great project, the youth of this state are part of this history.
Chairman of the occasion, Senator Barnabas Gmade, represented by the Commissioner for Youth, Sports and Creativity, Tene Kyange, and other speakers who lauded the initiative, urged beneficiaries to take advantage of the abundant land in the state to transform their economic fortunes. The distribution of the hybrid palm stands is being championed by individuals and corporate groups to promote the earlier legacy initiative. In Makudi, Elias, ATF.
Creating more opportunities for Nigerian youths towards addressing brain drain in the country was the focus of the 6th National Discourse and 2024 conference organized by the Association of Muslim Men in Business and the Professions, known as the Companions. Usman Zubair reports.
Thousands of Africans continue to migrate for better opportunities abroad. However, this growing trend, popularly known as the Japa syndrome, cost Nigerian approximately $10 billion annually in terms of brain drain. This conference captured the ethical dilemmas confronting the average Nigerian youth today, whose mindset does not allow to appreciate the value of true essence of being proudly Nigerian.
An issue of national concern is how to retain Nigerian youths, in particular professionals and skilled workers within the country, to contribute to national development.
It is believed that various factors drive Nigerian youth and professionals to migrate. However, stakeholders are the opinion that government should formulate policies and programs that will encourage the youth to remain in the country for national growth and development.
Very much available for initiative, for ideas that can make this country thrive.
All join hands in this noble objective, ensuring that every Nigerian youth has the chance to realize their dreams, achieve their full potentials, contribute to our nation's growth, and live with dignity and hope.
Deputy Senate President Baro Ibrahim Jibril, who chaired the occasion, assured Nigerians that the 10th Assembly is committed to enacting relevant laws that will make Nigeria conducive for the youth.
Thing that we cannot make it here. We have everything available for us. It's a lot of opportunities, endless opportunities. So we should leave that thinking, that orientation, that thinking, that mindset should be away from our minds.
The theme for this year's conference and the 6th National Discourse for the Companion is between patriotism and self-preservation. Dilemma of the Nigerian youth, challenges at home, uncertainties abroad. Osman Zver, NTA News.
Now to gender and equity. As Africa continues its search for gender equity, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu says the continent, with Nigeria leading, must retain its focus on using education to drive needed change by implementing gender-sensitive curriculum and educational materials that challenge stereotypes. This was in Angola, where she joined her counterparts in the Organization of African First Ladies to launch the We Are Equal campaign that targets the use of education to combat child and youth violence in Africa. State House correspondent Adeni Taiwo reports.
The Organization of African First Ladies for Development, or AFLAD, has been at the forefront of efforts to improve women's equity and related issues on the continent using its We Are Equal campaign. Education as a tool has featured prominently in the campaign, and while acknowledging its pivotal role in shaping attitudes, beliefs and behaviors, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu stressed the need for the process to start with early education.
Girls and boys should be encouraged to participate equally in all activities to help dismantle the notion of gender-specific roles, while their textbooks should showcase diverse role models, illustrating that both men and women can excel in any field of their choice. When gender equity becomes an integral part of our educational system, there will be a shift in societal attitudes, whereby boys and men learn to respect and value women and girls as equals, reducing the likelihood of engaging in violent behavior.
The First Lady decried the spate of gender and domestic violence, especially incidences of rape and defilement, saying an educated and well-informed people of both gender would abstain from such. The President of the Republic of Angola, Manuel Lourenco, urged the First Ladies to lend their voices to quell the various conflicts around the world, especially as women and children are the worst affected. He commended OAFLAD for its efforts at giving women an audible voice in ensuring the building of a society where men and women have equal rights and opportunities. Angolan First Lady Ana Diaz Lourenco promised to sustain the fight against rape and see to the enhancing of legislation to punish perpetrators appropriately. The launch of the We Are Equal campaign for Angola had in attendance the First Ladies of Sao Tome, Cape Verde, Sierra Leone, Mozambique, and representatives of others. Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
Talking sports, ahead of the Paralympic Games in Paris, France, 24 Nigerian athletes are set to begin training to perfect their skills for a successful outing. For details, let's join Sulaiman Musa on Sports Updates.
The International Olympic Committee President, Thomas Bach, says he will not seek to extend his stay when his second tenure ends in 2025, despite call for him to continue. The 70-year-old German lawyer, who has been president since 2013 when Jacques Roux left, was part of those who drafted the Olympic Charter, which limits the tenure of president to a maximum of 12 years, including a first term of 8 years and a second term of 4 years. IOC election will hold in Asian Olympia in March 2025, with a new president expected to take charge in June next year. Still talking Olympic, New Zealand Lydia Ko finished 2 shots clear on 10 under as she took Olympic gold in the women's golf at Le Golf National. 27-year Ko cadet a 1 under 71 in her final round with Germany Esther Henselet taking silver at 8 under overall, and China's Li Ziyun collecting bronze, a further stroke adrift. Former world number 1 Ko Striom completes her medal set after taking silver in Rio in 2016 and bronze in Tokyo 3 years ago, and qualifies her for the Ladies Professional Golf Association Hall of Fame. Away from the Olympics, unlike the experience in the just concluded Olympics, Nigerians will have a cause to smile when the 2024 Paralympics commences in France, as 24 athletes are ready to embark on training tour in Germany. Nigeria has participated in every subsequent edition of the Summer Paralympics, though it has never taken part in the Winter Paralympics. At the Tokyo 2020 Summer Games, Nigeria won 10 medals, 4 gold, 1 silver and 5 bronze, bringing its total number of medals to 80. And finally, world number 1 Jannik Sinner was knocked out of the Canadian Open in the quarterfinals by Russian Andrei Rublev. The world number 8 won 6-3, 1-6, 6-2 against the Italian top seed in a rain-interrupted match in Montreal. Sinner struggled with an injury to his right hip, and the 22-year-old frequently messaged the area, which could be a concern to him with the US Open starting in a fortnight's time. With Sports Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
Sports Update ends nationwide today. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Elizabeth Omori. Good evening.